open up my video. Hope you guys can see me. Hi, everyone. Hey, hi, hi. My name is Zanele Ndlovu, and I am going to be your guest for tonight. Thank you, Leader Tamara, for that amazing presentation. Every time I listen to our presentation, I feel like I am hearing it for the very first time, and I need to actually change my life and make a decision that is more intentional for me because whenever you are listening to Forever, no matter how long you've been in the business, you still feel like, you know what, I need this. Like you are already in it, but you still feel like you need this because you already understand the impact that it is doing in our lives. And I just can't wait to share with you guys my journey in this business. I'm quickly going to share my screen so we can get started. And thank you guys for being here up to this time. I know it's not easy to always stay up until this time when you are listening to a presentation. So I truly appreciate you being here. And so just a quick heads up. Once again, I am Zanele Ndlovu. I am a full-time diagnostic radiographer, still fully employed to this point while I'm a forever business owner. I'm a wife and a mother of two wonderful boys. I'm also a foster parent of a number of kids, of whom some I live with and fully responsible for. I am a self-made personal development coach. Basically, for me, I love empowering people and seeing them live out their best life. And I've always been a positive person. I've always been a person who's eager to get out of her comfort zone, a person who does not want to succumb to the standards and also to the environment of which she grew up in. I believe that backgrounds are not meant to keep us there, but rather to help us explore outside of it. So I've always had that mindset that I really need to dedicate myself to doing things that are better for me. I am driven by a life of purpose and fulfillment. Everything I do in my life has to cover what God has called me to do on this earth. So I've ventured personally to find my purpose and also to make sure that as I live in my purpose, I'm fulfilled in it. Most of the time, we think that careers will fulfill us. We think that having material things will fulfill us, but you will soon learn. And also, I'm learning in this business that fulfillment comes from helping someone else achieve their best life. So that is for me a life that I'm driven by. That's for me a life that I'm looking. Whenever I look at myself, I ask myself, how many people have I touched in a day? How many people have I given hope to? How many people have I inspired to be better? How many people have I really encouraged to live out their best life? And that for me is what fulfills me every day when I get to tick that I've touched someone's life in a day and I've made someone believe in themselves even more. So before I could even talk or think of a business that would really give me the life of fulfillment and purpose that I was looking for. In fact, I never thought I'd get that from doing any business. I just thought one has to find themselves, one have to find their purpose and then just somehow feel like they are actually in that purpose. However, I've been working and employed as a diagnostic radiographer for over 14 years now, and I have been literally everyone's go-to help. You know, that person where you're supposed to have all the answers, you're supposed to have the help every day, you are supposed to be the one that never lacks. Everyone is looking to you for everything, and sometimes you don't even have enough for yourself. I was that type of person. I'm the youngest in my family, yet I was, almost filling up the shoes of somebody who's older. I'm the first one in my family, directly under my lineage, to go to university, to be specific, to go to medical school. And that comes with a lot of expectation from the family. So you come home, you've got black takes, you come home, you've got, parents that are expectant, siblings that are expectant from you, and you sort of want to fill that gap yourself, and you feel kind of responsible because now you're the only one holding this type of qualification, and you think owe yourself to people to make sure that they are well off, while it didn't really matter to them how you were getting to be helpful to them. So I had a lot of work that I had to do to cover up for what I was doing, because most of the responsibilities with monetary value, I have to be there in terms of money. Whenever anyone needs something, I have to pop up. So I had a lot on my plate. I was doing a lot of shifts as a diagnostic radiographer. You get to work in different areas and you can travel just to do work. And we call them locums in different hospitals. And I would travel literally from where I am to anywhere they would need someone to do extra shifts. What I did not realize, or what I was not told in doing all of that, was that taxman was going to come and be on my case for doing that. So at the end of the day, I end up working for the taxman more than I would be working for my family. So it really took a toll on me. I was stressed. I felt like my life was just going nowhere slowly. I was just moving in circles. I had no fulfillment in what I was doing, not even in the job that I was doing. And, I had less time for myself. I had less time with my family. I was really in debt. I felt as much as I was trying to help my family, I was also putting a strain on myself. I was putting a strain on my bills. I was putting a strain on my mental health. And I just realized that, what, at some point there's no reason for me to try and make up for what some other people have failed to achieve in their lives. We're all given the same number of days, a number of hours in a day, a number of days in a week, a number of weeks in a year, number of months in a year. So I don't owe anyone anything. But now the problem is, where do I start? What do I do? I look back, I remember I shared a video when I turned 35 and I was looking back at my 30th birthday. And I shared a video where I said, I regret the way I lived my 5 years, because I got to a point to realize that I actually had no savings plan for my children, and I had no savings for their education. And that for me was a hard knock, that I've worked over 10 years. I've got 2 kids, one of whom is really going to be going to university within a couple of years, but I don't have anything planned for them. I don't know if there's someone who relates with me right here. Because sometimes we take years and months so lightly that you wake up, it's 3 years later, and one of your kids has to leave the house, one of your children has to go to university, and you find yourself in a space where now you have to go borrow money, you have to take loans. Guys, it's a state where I realize that I have not been intentional. I have not been intentional with my life and the person that I wanted to be, the type of parent I wanted to be. So me realizing this, it really led me to making some changes in my life. And that first came with, what do I want to do that is going to help me change this? I was scrolling through Instagram, literally just looking for anything that had to do with personal development, because I felt as a self-made personal development coach, I was pouring out to people when I was empty. I was praying that God would lead me to an industry or to people that would really just pour into me so I can pour out to others. I found a post scrolling on Instagram, and it was talking about personal development and a seminar. So I thought, let me attend this. It was happening right in my town in Nelspruit. So I attended the seminar with my sister. This was literally happening on my 35th birthday. Guys, who attends a seminar on their birthday? People are out taking for doing photo shoots on their birthdays. People are out having dinners on their birthdays. People are really celebrating on their birthday. And here I was, completely lost at 35, feeling hopeless, feeling like my life is just, it's a whole mess. I'm a married 35-year-old, I'm a wife, I'm a mother. And what do I give my family? What do I give my husband? What kind of wife do I want to be? So for me, it was not even a matter of, do I want to celebrate my birthday or not? I had nothing to celebrate. I had nothing to celebrate. So I thought, let me just go empower myself with other people. Let me come together with other ladies, and maybe I would learn something and I would feel better about myself. And that was the day where I got introduced to this amazing business that Manager Tamara just told us about. And at first it was a surprise. I don't want to lie. At first, it was a surprise because I was there literally just for looking for personal development coaching and stuff like that. And I was with my sister. So this is basically me, and this is my sister. We both attended the session together. And I remember sitting next to her after the whole presentation that was done. And I asked her, would you join this? And she literally said to me directly, no ways. I'm not a seller. I'm not into talking to people. I don't want to do this. I only came here because you said I should just accompany you to this thing. And now I know my sister, she's definitely like that. But guys, deep down in my heart, I was praying she would say yes, because she is one of the people that were literally dependent on me. One of the people that I always want to make sure that they are good, they have everything that they need. Now, this same person who I have to help, who I have to share my salary with, who I have to try and be there for her financially and every other way, does not want to have a side hustle that would help her have money. I am helping her pay her bills while I pay mine. I was hoping and praying she would say yes. And I would really like, okay, I would rather gather the money for you to join the business and I would support you in this business. But she said, no. Guys, you know how much weight it carried on me? Because I was like, girl, if only you knew how much I was carrying and you would literally help me. Guys, we have so many things that we wish our families could understand and help us, to say, I will do the side hustles just so you don't have to buy bread for me. I will do the side hustle so you don't have to buy electricity for me. But most of them are the ones that say no. The ones that really are always on our case every single month are the same ones that would never want to sell anything. So for me, that was a hard knock. It was my birthday, but I sat there and I went through the whole presentation. And in my mind, I was like, God, if this is it, make it work. If this is it, make it sustainable. If this is it, make it change my life. I want to live the next 5 years. Now, remember, I am 35 on this specific day, the 12th of November, 2023. It was my birthday turning 35. I shared a video where I was talking about how I literally sabotaged myself 5 years from my 30th to 35th. I was looking back and I felt that I failed myself because I had not lived intentionally. I had no plan for the future. I had not planned for being 35. I have not planned for being 35. So I wanted to plan the next 5 years of my life. And I wanted to make sure that in this next 5 years, I am planning my life perfectly. I am making sure that my life is going to go the way I want it. I want to be intentional about it. So for me, it became a fresh start. So this was when Forever was birthed in my heart, because from this day I told myself I am not going to stop this side hustling, because if one of my family members does not say yes, then I have to say yes. So now I said yes to the business in November. December, I was already in a full member in the business. In January was literally my sister's birthday weekend here. This was a weekend where she had planned for us as sisters. These are all my sisters. We were away on a weekend birthday. This is the same sister that said, no, she's not into the business. She's not into this. And guys, you can just see how uninterested she is. Sitting right there. And this was my first practice presentation with my sister. I literally left them here on a Saturday to go and attend a presentation that was happening again in Nelspruit. So I woke up Saturday morning, had breakfast with them, and I told them, guys, midday, I am leaving you. I need to attend this business presentation and I'll come back and see you guys. That's how serious I was about changing my situation. That's how serious I was about learning as much as I can about the business. I left them and I came back later with products and I was showing them these are the products, and I was practicing. You had to start somewhere. So I started with my family, I started with my sisters, and I was telling them about the business. And what I love about this, guys, as much as this is how she looks right on this picture, she is a supervisor now in the business with her own team. The very same person who said no a few months ago is really now heading a whole team. She is the one that is doing, in my team, she's the one that is helping preparing their presentations and training them and coaching them on how to tell their stories. So this is why I say a person's 360-degree turn happens at any time, because here I literally never thought that she would come around to enjoying and loving this business. But today she's my business partner, and we are really happy in doing this business, and we finally see how Forever has been an answer for us. Now, the reason for me joining this business, over and above everything that I have shared with you and being my family's helper, making sure that I pay off my debt because I was really drowning in debt, is the fact that I wanted to be a better person to my family. Now, firstly, we realized that our eldest son is going to be going to grade 8 in 2025, which means the next 5 years of my life, we needed to plan for his university. And because my husband and I are both professionals, there's no way that we would afford the government the government school loan for him to get to go through university. So we had to make a plan. And when I told him about Forever, he was jump ship in. He literally understood. And that's how supportive my husband has always been when it comes to making sure that our family is doing well. So he was on board. He understood that our 5-year plan has to be in motion, and we gave it our all when it came to the business. The next thing I wanted to be was a Proverbs 31 woman. I don't know if a lot of people really understand that the Proverbs woman was a woman whose entrepreneurial skills were out of this world. She had more than one stream of income. She made sure that her family was well taken care of. And what I love the most is that she was the one that made sure that her husband was well respected in the city gates. Now, this comes because every time they would make reference to her, it would be through her husband. I wanted to be that kind of woman. I wanted when people would talk about my family name, when they would talk about the Ndlobus, they would be literally looking at my husband with so much respect because of the woman that I am. Able to take care of him, able to take care of our children, able to come home and say to him, baby, don't do this, I'll be able to afford this. Don't do this, I'll be able to help with this. Not to in undermining way, not in disrespecting way, but in a way that gives him power to do even more, because I'm here for him. And that is the type of woman that I wanted to be. I also wanted to give my children a deserving life. I want them to enjoy life to the fullest. And more than anything, I want them to know that when they are done with school, they can literally do whatever they want. They don't have to be caged into a job. They don't have to be caged into really believing that a degree is what will set them free. It is a mindset thing that sets them free. And I want them to have that mindset. I want to build this business with them. I want to build a legacy with them and for them. So for me, it was mostly me becoming a better person, becoming a better wife, and being a better mom to my children. That is my strong why. So my journey in Forever began on my birthday when I turned 35, and I joined the business on the 30th of November, where I started as a preferred customer. Now, in December, I became an assistant supervisor. And this is very funny because I became assistant supervisor without understanding anything in the business. Remember now, it was November 30th when I joined. December, it's holiday season. People are out. They're having fun with their family. I was out. I was on holiday. And I remember seeing on the 15th, in the group that I was in, I saw a lot of pay slips, guys. I saw a lot of money ins that were shown. And I just went to my sponsor and I was like, how do I get paid this much? Because it was crazy and I didn't believe. And she said to me, well, first you need to close your full member. And I'm like, I need to close my full member. What in the world is that? What must I do? She told me what to do. She said, like, buy products so you can be a full member. I did that, guys. I took everything that I had. One thing I've learned about Forever is that if you don't have a sacrificial heart, you are not going to go anywhere. So I had to sacrifice something that I was planning on doing with that money, which was fixing a car that we did not have with my husband. It was a car given from my mom, an old car, guys, very, very old. We had to fix that car and it was already on panel beater. And we had to pay in January for the car to come out because it was almost done. I took that money to pay for that car and I was like, I'm going to join Forever. I'm going to fill up and be a full member. And I took that and I'm like, I'll see what I do in January when the car has to be paid. I'll make a plan. I did not know about the product. I had no customers, but I really wanted to focus on the business. So I closed my full member just after the 15th. And on the 28th, I had just gotten back from holiday with my family and my sponsor calls again. And she says, Zanele, you need to close your 4cc. And I'm like, what is this woman talking about? But then again, I was like, whatever you tell me, I'm going to do. What do I need to do? I still have my products at home. Some of them I'm using, some of them I gave to my mom, my granny. I have not sold. And she's like, you need to buy 2ccs to close your 4cc. And I'm like, how much is that? And she told me, and guys, I went all in. I took on everywhere where I could get. I went all in because she said, one thing she said to me that stood out was that you're going to get paid on the 15th of January. And for me, the 15th of January, I'm always broke. I've always been broke the previous years because I got paid the 18th of December and my next pay is going to be the 26th of January. Guys, that is long. So I was like, if we say I'm going to get paid on the 15th, I want to see this payment. I took everything I had from the holiday, guys, and I bought my 2cc. That's how trusting I was of this woman. And that's how trusting I was about this business. I took everything I had and I bought my 2cc. I closed my first month, I closed my 4cc. And on the 15th of January, I got paid. And I showed her. I was so excited to get paid, guys, just to get paid on the 15th. And she said one thing to me, Zanele, there's more where that came from. Yo, guys, those words, I still keep them to me every single payment I get from Forever. So I made assistant supervisor in December and closed my 4cc. And in August, I went into supervisor. 2024, November, I was an assistant manager. And in January, I closed my manager level in the business. So firstly, it was a bit of a trick for me to get customers in the business. Now I've closed my 4cc in December. And now here I am, January, I'm back at work. And I'm wondering, how am I going to move this product? Firstly, I'm always a person who's conscious of her weight, so I've never had a weight issue. And secondly, I don't have a skin issue, but what do I do physically to make sure that people see what the products can do? So I sat down with my sister before she joined the business and I said, listen, so that I can help you financially, you need to help me. So you are going to be my model. You are going to be my model. And she was like, oh yeah, I think I would like to start with the weight loss product. So I was like, good girl. So we started with the belly fat product on her. So this is my sister, the same one that said no to the business and later on decided to join because now she was the testimony of her products. I can put it like that. So she was on the belly fat combo here. And it really worked amazingly for her, and that she became my testimony in the business, if I may say, because I was using the product, but every time I would tell people, oh, my skin is glowing now, they'll be like, "Hi, when your skin has always been like this." So that for me did not, I did not feel like I don't have anything for me to use or to tell people. So I had to use people practically around me that would give me the benefit that I needed. And that's why I went for my sister, and then again my kids. I started taking videos and pictures of my kids using the products, taking the products. And one thing I love is that my little girl, which is my foster child, had problems with acidic system. So she was hyperacidic, like we've changed soap 1,000 times and nothing worked. So with the Forever products, she was really loving them, and she has really, her health has truly improved. She was one person when she would have a mosquito bite, scratch, and it would become a sore, and it will stay like that for days and end up being a bruise or a scar or leave dark marks. She's got the most freshest skin ever right now because of the products. So these were the first people that I made sure that I am using when I was selling my products and introducing myself into the business and into the social media life. So you can also, if you feel like you don't really have anything to show that would give people the benefit or the what's the word, the testimony that people might be looking for, look around you. Who can help you to actually boost that? Because while that is happening, it's a way to tell that same person that this can work for you. For me, when my sister started using the products and started being seeing the results on herself, or hearing people say, you look amazing, what are you using? Literally, that was the reason why she ended up joining the business, because she was getting customers. She was telling me like they need this. So she was buying products for me, and eventually I was like, girl, here's your money right at your doorstep. And that's how she started the business, because now she had power. And I love the fact that her confidence level grew amazingly to a point where she could not believe in herself, because now she was looking better, feeling better. She was less stressed. She was more confident. And it was really a blessing for me as well, because when she felt like that, I really saw that now she's ready to conquer the world. So the product worked for me, but also for her. That's how she got into the business. So you can also work the products with your family as well. So guys, what do you do after you've joined the Forever? Most people, they sleep in this business. We don't sleep in this business. We wake up and we run. January, when I got to work, the first thing I went to do is to talk to my manager, and I asked him, can I not work weekends anymore? can I give away my weekends? And she was like, if you feel you don't need the money, you can do that. So I told my colleagues, every one of my colleagues, I'm like, guys, if anyone needs my weekend for the rest of the year, please take it. I'm not even selling the weekends to you. I'm not selling any hours to you. Take them all. I don't want any weekends for the whole year of 2024. They thought I was joking because we've all lived on overtime. We've all lived on extra hours. You cannot live without 1 or 2 weeks of overtime since the years that I've worked as a radiographer. 2024, I stopped. I stopped for one specific reason. I wanted to focus on building my forever business on weekends. And that's what I've always been doing ever since I joined the business. I started hosting business sessions. I started traveling to meet up with people. I did not care if I was there alone and I would sit and I would still make content with the fact that I am able to decide where I want to work every weekend. I am able to have time for myself. I am able to decide what do I want to do on a weekend. And anytime someone would say, can we do something on a weekend? I had the power to decide if I want to or not. And that for me was giving me so much power. That for me was like, this is what I want. I want to own my days. I want to own my weekends. I want to own my time. I made sure that I was doing business every single weekend since I joined the Forever Business. This was my building time. This was a time when I was talking to so many people to build my business. I made sure I did not rest. I did not sleep because I wanted results. And I was told to get results, you need to speak to people. I also attended a lot of company trainings. I attended a lot of networking trainings. I have not missed our success days ever since I joined the business. And I don't want to miss any of it because that is when I feel renewed. That is when I feel strengthened. That is when I get to be empowered and connect with a lot of my team members that we normally talk online and we never see each other. So when you're at Success Day, we always plan such amazing activities together as a team. And this has been my growth. This has been what has sustained me in the business and kept me strong, even times when days are hard, when things are not happening. But every time I would just look forward to meeting with them and being empowered and motivated again. So team trainings and team support, team networking is really important. Make sure that you are participating in your team. Make sure that you are part of the people that empower in your team. Each one needs each one. You cannot be the receiver only. You also need to be the impactor. That's where you practice. That's where you practice to answer questions when people ask. That's where you practice to talk to people when people are having issues. You become a leader. You get to understand the different people that you are working with. Those are the same representation of the different customers and the different people you're going to have in your team as well. So the type of person you are in your team, just be careful you are not going to attract the same people that will be like that in your own team. Because the team you are currently under is going to be a reflection of who you are going to lead in your team. That's how you are going to lead. The person you are in your team right now, that's how you're going to lead others. So make sure you are leading in a positive way. Make sure you are leading in a way that you also want to grow. Make sure you are leading in a way that you also want to be sustained and inspired, because somewhere, somehow, you are going to be somebody else's inspiration. So you need to start learning now how to inspire people while you are still under your leader, under your sponsor, under your manager. Because once you become a manager, you have to learn to stand. You cannot crawl, you have to stand, because you have to now pull others up. So that's what this team has helped me to really find the balance of who I was and who I'm becoming in this business. I love these people so much. I love these amazing ladies so much. I always look forward to them on Success Day. And I love how Forever has really helped me to be the best version of myself in this business. And also, guys, I cannot talk about Forever and not talk about this amazing woman. She is my destiny helper, and this is the person that God has used on Instagram. She's a stranger for me, and somehow she made my birthday a day where I have to do an introspection and make a decision. And she made that decision easy for me because her story was what touched me. The way she presented herself, I was like, I want to have that type of stage presence. She's truly God sent. She's a destiny helper who is now a sister and a friend to me. We literally speak every single day. And Every time I would have challenges in the business, because challenges do come. Every time I would have no response after talking to over 200 people in one day, presenting to over 400 people in a week, and not even one would join. And I would cry to her, and because she would still insist on a 4cc, and I'm like, where in the world did I get a 4cc when no one is joining my team? But she would literally be like, Zanele, you can do it. You can do it. I know me and her, we even have a language where, who do we sell in our family? Not literally, guys, but that is the type of talk that we talk whenever things are not coming together, but we know we have a target to reach. Who do we sell? My husband even knows whenever manager calls, she was like, yo, I think I'm going to be sold tonight because the CCs are not CCing. That's how the energy is, and that's how she has always been to me from the very day that I joined the business. There's never been a day where I gave an excuse to her. There's never been a day where me and her have argued about anything. Even if she asked of the impossible, I was still like, I'm definitely going to do it, my leader. I'm definitely going to do it. And sometimes, yes, I do it. Sometimes I struggle and not do it. But I think she loves the fact that I never back off a challenge, and I put everything I have just to make sure that even if I don't reach it, I am just still within the winning league. And she has made me the strong leader that I am today. I don't take no for an answer from myself. I don't take no for an answer. I don't take any negativity, no matter how hard it is in the business, because business does have its season, but the focus is, where do I stand in those seasons? I still need to stand as somebody who's doing her 4cc, which now 5cc, because I love the stage and I want to be recognized on stage. So I make sure that I have to meet my 5cc. Now, what has this business really done for me? Yo, guys, sometimes you want to cry so long that you forget it's time to get up. And I know this very well because I've cried. I've cried and I've asked God, is there even a break for me in this life? And guys, this was way before Forever. This was way before I thought I could ever come out of the issues I was in financially, the mess I was in, the emotional instability I was in. I've lost 3 cars in my whole journey since I became a professional. Some traumas will keep you stagnant for so long, but you have to refuse to be a container that keeps rust. I could not even afford to own any of these cars. Literally, I lost every one of these cars a year and a half before paying them off. So it's crazy. The last car I owned was this one, which a friend of mine lost his son in this accident. It was the last car that I had, and that was 4 years prior, or 2 years prior to me joining Forever. And we had struggled to get a car since then. I know how it's like to pay off insurance for cars you do not own, because insurance will always dig until they find something, a loophole that will make you pay. I've paid for cars. But I thank God that when Forever came, Forever came as now a solution to all the tears that I've cried all these years because of unable to afford a car. I remember my husband and I, for 4 years, we would go to the bank and ask for, finance to buy a car, because we both have hectic work schedule and we need a car. We were rejected because prior to this car being in an accident, literally the month that we moved into, it was literally a month that we moved into our new home. We had just bought a house. So now for us to afford or to get finance, it was now calculated under the bond amount that we had, and we could not afford. So 2 pay slips in the house, 2 professionals, we could not be financed for a car. That for us was a hard knock year and year after again, until Forever came to the rescue and Forever changed our lives, guys. We started talking about, oh guys, we started talking about the future we wanted because of Forever. We started talking about the type of house we wanted because of Forever. We started talking about the small changes we wanted to make in our own home, the current home we are in, because of Forever. Seeing what Forever was doing for us, it was now easy for us to start making changes, little changes in our homes that really, for us, we're in a plan of 4 to 5 years, just saving up. You calculate when you're saving up, you calculate how long this is going to take you. And literally, these were plans that would take us 4 to 5 years of savings. So with Forever, we started our renovations earlier because now we were looking at buying a car. We had a third pay slip that was coming in. And with that pay slip, we were able to get finance because we brought in the extra income that was taking place, that, the bank was able to see the transactions that were happening. And that's how we were also able to get a car. Guys, we afforded a car 11 months of me doing the Forever business. That's how Forever changed our lives. For 11 months in the business, and we're able to start affording this car. So this is how our house looked like when we bought it. And when we were planning to buy the car, we had a challenge that we had a single garage, and we did have space in front, but it was not, the gate was not big enough to be able to put in another car. So we struggled with finding people that would do a gate for us, because every quotation we got, it was extremely crazy, guys. And not crazy in that it was not affordable, it was crazy because we did not have the money to afford it before Forever. Yo, guys, money gives you options. Money makes it easier for you to say, this is going to happen one way or another. I never thought a gate like this was possible. We always looked at how we thought of a gate that would have to go all the way and then fold. Like, yo, guys, we were looking at so many complicated things. But then we had this guy that said, I can do this aluminum gate for you where it opens both ways. So when you have a car coming in on the side, you move the gate to the one side. If the car has to go into the garage, you move the gate on the other side. It just slides over. And I was like, you do not say. Like, really? And the guy was like, money talks. And I was like, Forever allows. So this is how we ended up having this amazing, I love my gate so much. I flaunt this gate on my TikTok like crazy because, like, listen, it's something that Forever allowed us to do. And I'm so grateful that Forever has given us this opportunity. And guys, in this business, I'm almost done. Thank you so much for actually being here while you're still here. Let me just finish off, guys, that Forever is all about recognition. You cannot be a Forever business owner and not want to be recognized for the work that you put in every day. This is my first success day. That is March 2024. My sponsor, Senior Nonhlanhla, just called me and said, listen, girl, you need to come to Johannesburg. You're going to be on stage. I had no flipping idea what on stage I'm going to go for. I've been doing 4CC because I wanted to get paid on the 15th. I had no idea that there's this such thing called Success Day, and I will be on stage for it or for what. I just heard you'll be on stage, and girl loves drama, girl loves recognition. So I was like, I'm coming. I drove with my sister to Joburg. She was still not in the business yet, but she came along with me. And this was my first Success Day recognition for 4CC. Right now, CSM is recognizing for 5CC. So guys, make sure you are always on your 5CC, 3 consecutive months, 6 consecutive months, 12 consecutive months, because this 4CC was a game changer for me in the Forever business. Let me tell you, when I left that stage and I had that video of me just walking on stage, guys, this was only a handshake and a 4CC pin. But my stage presence, that video, when I uploaded it on my social, it blew. People were WhatsApping me before I even got home from Joburg to Nelspruit. I was answering questions like, girl, what is happening? You are such a powerful woman. These are power moves. You're already recognized. Guys, I got back to Nelspruit and I had meetings. People started to recognize my seriousness in the business because of this stage presence. Working on that stage has so much power. Do not miss your opportunity to show up for your business. This was the day that unlocked my business. I would never forget my first stage presence for 4CC. I got home and even my colleagues were beginning to recognize my seriousness in the business. So people are waiting to see what you are achieving in the business. People are waiting to see where you fit into the business, the Forever living. Make sure you show them. Make sure you are appearing the Forever stage. Make sure people are clapping for you. Make sure you are shaking hands with powerful leaders in the business. It is going to be a game changer for you. The rest are my recognitions as a supervisor in November 2024 and an assistant manager in the business. And recently in April, I was recognized as a manager in the Forever business. So guys, this is power moves. This is power moves. This is how people start to believe in what you are doing. When they see you working your business diligently, giving yourself the recognition that you are building in the business. Don't just be part of a business and don't want to be part of its package. It comes with a lot of great things. Recognitions are one of them. Do not miss your opportunity to be recognized. Never miss that opportunity. You are in this business because you are here to be empowered and to, when you're on that stage, know very well that people are empowering you and applauding you. You are walking in front of thousands of Forever business owners that are looking up to you. And every single success day, they are seeing this person on the stage, this person on the stage. Trust me, it is building momentum for your business. Don't ever miss that. Yo, 5cc, don't play with your 5cc. This is my motto in life, guys. This is my motto in life. You have to design the life you want to live, but you must also be prepared to work for it. Many of us stay here on the 20% of dreaming it. You need to move to the 80% who are working for it. You need to start working for the life you believe you deserve and you want to live. Nothing more and nothing less. Now, as I close, guys, I would love to share this amazing poem by Marianne Williamson. This has been my childhood poem. This has been my strengthener. This has been my inspiration. Every time I want to do something that gets me outside of my comfort zone, I would always remember these words. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Guys, there are people that are waiting for you to shine so they can believe they also have a chance in this world to also shine. Thank you so much for your time, and may God bless you. And I pray that God will give you the strength to make the power moves that you need, and also to understand that the time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, but lucky for you, the next best time is right now. Start sowing that seed and you will reap the reward. Thank you so much. And I am so honored to have you guys stay until this time.